What is the right information to share and how much should I share? I'm going to be a little controversial here. The reality is that we maybe don't share enough. My name is Mike Weston. I'm the Managing Director of Agillic, and I've spent my career working around how we make sense of the data that customers and consumers share with businesses and how we deliver relevant communications based on that kind of information. Would I put anything out on social media that I wasn't prepared to put on a t-shirt as I walk down the street, for example? Would I be prepared to put something on social media that somebody could come back to in 3 years' time and think, am I going to give that person a job? Am I going to give that person a mortgage? Am I going to give that person an appropriate medical insurance policy based on the fact that I've seen that there? I think we need to start thinking a little differently about how we consider what is private and what is public information. And I think it becomes really interesting to think about teaching ourselves and teaching our families about how we should think about what we're saying out in the wilds of social media, whichever channel that happens to be, and the sorts of information signals that we're giving off. Just after the Cambridge Analytica scandal broke, I was at a conference with a couple of hundred people in the room, and I asked around how many people, as a result of what they'd seen with Cambridge Analytica, bearing in mind this is when this was still a really hot issue and everyone was expressing outrage, I asked how many people in the audience had actually cancelled their Facebook account as a result of that scandal. Have a guess how many people stuck their hands up? One. This wasn't one of the typical people, it was one of the speakers I was about to introduce who said that he cancelled his Facebook account and nothing bad had happened. But around the rest of the audience, that couple of hundred people, that wasn't the case. If we come back to the question we talked about at the start of this, which is around what is the right amount of data to share and how worried should I be about sharing and should I be doing more, in fact, in sharing? The answer, I think, is really think a little bit about it. Don't share anything that you don't want people to know, of course, but be very prepared to share things that are going to help to bring some kind of benefit back to you. A study in 2018 showed that the percentage of people under 25 whose ambition in life was to become a YouTuber was 85%, which is absolutely mind-boggling. I think that what that tells you is the vast majority of people growing up today are very, very willing to share information. In fact, they would like to make their living from sharing information about themselves. But even for an older audience, I think it's interesting, a more mature audience. You think about people who hold, in the UK, a Tesco's club card. And they have this wonderful loyalty scheme, the club card, which gathers data about every single purchase that you make. And I know that when the 22 odd million people who hold a club card in the UK, when one of them moves home, they get in touch with Clubcard to try and make sure that the data that they've surrendered by sharing all of their shopping habits gets transferred to the new address with them. Because once a quarter, they get an envelope that they open or an email that they open, which says, this is the number of points that you've accrued on your Tesco's Clubcard so far. And here are the personalised offers that we're going to make to you, that you can save money off things that you may or may not have realised that you were going to buy, but because we know so much about you, we know you should be interested in. It's that kind of value exchange, that kind of information that really underpins the successful transfer of how much data you share with how much value as a consumer you get back from the people you shared the data with. I think that what that means is that we've got to be really, really clear when we're using other people's data, that we give them something really concrete and important to them that lets them think that that exchange of value has been worthwhile. That's one of the things that we're really passionate about here at Agillic, and that's one of the reasons why I find myself really fascinated by these kinds of issues and try to figure out the right answer for how we make that possible. I think we're part of the solution to that. My name is Mike Weston, Managing Director of Agillic in the United Kingdom. Thank you very much for watching. You can see more details to contact me at the bottom of the screen. Thank you.